So I run Apex, I'm the Chief Exec. We provide support, learning and jobs to vulnerable and marginalised people. For us as a charity, values are incredibly important to what we do. I'd say that they're the kind of cornerstone of what we do, really. Realistically, I'm very curious to find out whether the values that we write down on paper are actually the values that we have personally, or actually the values that we're using within the organisation.
So what's our purpose? It's to build a better UK society by helping individuals and organisations live their values. And it's not uncommon to come across organisations that have values, and you'll know where you sit with this because I know you do have values, but often they're not lived. And that is the big important difference, I think, in what we are trying to do generally, and particularly in this project, that to take values and actually make them into behaviours and actions is the key part, rather than just be able to trip off your tongue what your values are in an organisation. And as I say, I know you've got a lot already written within your organisation, but this I feel is taking it right back to basics, right back to your core, right back to your soul, because only that way can you bring the soul to work.
I decided to participate in the Wake Up to Values project because I'm really passionate about our core values in the charity, and I think it's really important to reflect them in everything you do whilst working here.
I'm hoping to gain a deeper understanding into values and how they affect society, because although everyone has values, they're not always aware of them, or how what they do and what they stand for affects everyone else around them. So taking my values and what I know through work, I can also take them into my life outside of work, into the other organisations I volunteer with.
Going forward, the thought is to select a value or values from that list, and then to write a behaviour statement that would support that value, that would make that value live. And from then to take actions individually to actually bring that into the lifeblood of Apex Works.
What I'm going to do is introduce you to a tool called 31 Practices, and it comes with an approach that we're going to use today to help you translate your value of achievement and your focus area of financial stability into more specific behaviours that you can all adopt in order to support them. You know, what you want is an organisation behaviourally where everybody is pointing in the same direction, right? So that it feels the same to all of its stakeholders whenever and wherever they touch the organisation. So that's what we need to do, and that's why we need to translate the values into more practical behaviours. And at the end of the day, the behaviours are the organisation. So your organisation is perceived by others and by employees according to the way everybody behaves. One of the issues with values is that it's kind of easy to talk about it and have it on a PowerPoint slide, and that's where it stops. This is about making it very real and operational on a day-to-day basis. What we're going to hear from each table is the 3 behaviours that you would be really proud for Apex employees to display that is going to contribute to your financial stability.
I'd like to move on now to appraising the actions you've taken during these weeks. And not only the actions, but also the process itself.
Apex Works has got 5 core values. The action that I took relating to the value of respect
was actually encouraging a new maths student to stay on the course. She came to me speaking not very good English. She came from Poland and she was worried that in the maths course she wouldn't be able to understand the questions or even speak to some of the other students. I spoke to her about this before the course, encouraging her to stay with the course, and that actually the maths would help with her improving her English as well. I felt that this was a success for Apex, and the student came in, stayed with the maths course. She succeeded her entry 2 and entry 3 qualifications in maths. She made a really good friend in the course, in the class, and she's actually going to come and join the English course with us as well.
I have chosen financial stability as the value that I would want to talk about. The behavior is to increase the revenue and decrease any cost that we may incur. The action I have taken is when I'm attending any conferences or training courses, or I'm making deliveries for the cafe here, I do not claim any travel expenses for that. Apex Verse is a charity, and we need to promote our values and the ethos that we carry with our service users and our stakeholders. By going out when I'm making deliveries and attending conferences, I'm there representing Apex. But when I come back, I do not make any claims. So that way, it's supporting the organization, securing promotion and through word of mouth, and making sure that our name gets out there, but also not incurring any cost for my travel or my time.
What I'd like you to look at now are some ideas of how you're going to keep these values, behaviours and actions alive, not only within Apex Works itself, but for yourself, for your service users, for new staff and volunteers, for partners, for the organisation, and then even looking further out with Apex Works, with your family and community and the UK.
So looking back over the last 3 months of our great experience with the UK Values Alliance on the Wake Up to Values campaign, on a kind of journey level, we've got most of the staff and a lot of the volunteers in Apex involved in the sessions that the UK Values Alliance have run. And I think probably by the end of this process, we will have actually changed our values, and I think that's one of the real major upsides of what we've been doing, because our values are written down and they have been really important to us, but actually the facilitation that we've had over the last 3 months has really given us a different look and has actually allowed all of the staff and a lot of the volunteers to bring their own personal values to bear, which I think will end up achieving much more in terms of what we want to do as a charity and as an organisation in terms of working directly with our service users. So again, what can I say? I have to keep saying thank you, because it's been a really, really great process.